What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I am Dom with the great man Sauce. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm very good. How are you?
Warm, I think is the
warm.
word.
It is warm.
Warm.
It's been bizarre weather.
Yeah.
I mean, very hot days, and then raining, and there's supposed to be thunderstorms. I think.
We had thunderstorms here today, actually, in my area.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it was thunder, mate. Bit of thunder, no lightning here. Bit of thunder. It literally bucketed for 30 seconds, and then sunshine. Genuinely 30 seconds. Everything was saturated. It's typical Melbourne, mate. You had every season in the day. That's the way we do it. And it's just cooked. But yeah, all good, mate. Heaps of sport. We're in the midst of planning this giveaway for everyone because I know we spoke about it on the show last week, but we got to 1,000 and Jesus, I don't know what's going on. Well, I can tell you what's going on. I think we could be a Russian troll farm. That's all I'm saying, potentially.
Yeah, I think we are. We've been botted, ladies and gentlemen.
We're convinced. We're convinced.
100%. Not we're convinced. Like I'm sure of it. Someone's botted our account. I have no idea why they would decide to do that. I mean, but anyway,
we'll take it.
We'll take it. Not that it counts for much because
well, you know what it counts for. It counts for the giveaway. That's why they've seen it. They've probably botted the account because they think we're going to hit like a gold Halliburton or something. Yeah, they think, they're going to hit a gold Halliburton. Yeah, we'll hit nothing.
The case is being
we'll get like a go-go petard.
There's nothing in there.
Yeah, exactly right.
We didn't do it.
You know what?
I'm not saying that people
you know what could happen? Source, I'm just putting a disclaimer here right now. If we pull a Cristiano Ronaldo impeccable soccer card out of this basketball case by poor product by Panini, we get to keep it, ladies and gentlemen. If it's any card outside of NBA, we're keeping it. That's a disclaimer. T's and C's. How you going, everyone? Global in the chat. Matty Cams. Saucy, give him a flex. I want the guns.
There's not much there. There's a lot of flab hiding the guns, boys.
Yeah, over 1,200. I don't know what the hell's going on, man. We've got like we're Putin's Russian assets.
Yes, it is, Vinny. Yes, it is. I always notorious. Always got one on every day, all day, every day.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with this account. Anyway, a lot's been happening. We just want to kick off things just with a quick mention because it was breaking news today. But John Longmire retired. Well, he called it quits as the coach of the Sydney Football Club. So, funnily enough, we've got Matty Cams here. Don't you follow the Swans, don't you, Matty?
He does, yeah.
So,
yeah. Matty, indifferent, you're upset, obviously disappointed to see him leave.
Well, they got one of the greatest ruckmen in the history of the game, Dean Cox. He's
taking over the reins.
So, anyway, Matty, well, first of all, John Longmire's done an amazing job. Well, he's been there 20 years. So he's won 2 flags. 2 flags out of 6, I think it is, or 5. Just unfortunate. But he's won 2. It's 2 more than a lot of other coaches out there. Tassie bounds is global. Who knows?
I don't think so.
But, yeah, amazing. 1 flag. Didn't he win one with Sydney against?
I think he won 1.
He won 1 with Sydney. And then, wasn't he coach? Oh, no, Paul Roos was coach.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah. Oh, he's only won 1.
He's made 3.
4.
Grannies. 4 grannies. He's lost a few.
1-1, lost to Hawthorn in another one, didn't he? And then lost to Geelong and then lost this year.
Yep.
Didn't see it coming, says Matty Cams. 5 grannies, Global said he's made. Jeepers. He's starting to sound like LeBron James.
I was literally took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say something. He's LeBron, mate. 4 grannies, mate, only 1 win.
Did he win any preseason cups? Because they count. If he won some of those, then they go on the record. Yeah, so anyway, big props to him. He's done a great job at Sydney. Just wanted to mention that one on the top of the show, as obviously the draft as well. Top 10, a lot of good young kids drafted. Sam Layla is going to be a beast. Josh Smiley will be a beast. While Richmond's first 3 picks were really good. Holtman, he's a gun as well, pick 12. So maybe with their 50 picks or whatever the hell they had, 14 picks, maybe if they can keep 50% of them, they might be all right in the next few years. So they drafted really well. I'll give them that. So, yeah, that's pretty much the wrap up.
It was supposed to be a super draft. It was touted. Everyone was trying to move up the draft and
everyone was trying
draft higher. So let's see how it plays out.
We'll see how it pans out. I'm not going to give too much.
If it's a super draft, then the release from Select late next year will be, an absolute banger, and everyone should be going after the boxes, eh?
That's right.
To get their DPS draft pick
100%.
signatures.
100%. We'll kick it off straight after now with NBA. Let's have a look at the table. I'll just run through a couple. We'll go through the West. Many changes. Oklahoma back on top. Golden State second. Houston firming in third. LA still top 4 source, which is good. Grizzlies fifth. Ja Morant came back today. They had the win. Clippers, 4 of the last 5 they've won. Good result. They're in 6. Denver's won 2 of their last 3. They've been a bit all over the shop. Phoenix have lost 5 in a row. They're in 8th. Dallas won 4 of their last 5. Spurs in 10th. Source won 3 of their last 5. I don't know if you've seen some of the footage of the Spurs with their ball movement. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they're playing a good brand of basketball, and I think if they keep obviously gelling together and they've got this young lineup, you've seen what can happen, right? You've seen, they take all these draft picks, they get in some good draft picks, and then they add a bit of experience. You've sort of seen what can transition to with the Thunder, how well they're doing this season. So, they keep it up, and Wemby is just one of a kind. I mean, he had a game last week or something. He put up 40 or whatever it was.
50. Didn't he shoot 50?
Yeah, 50 or something. It was just unbelievable. And then just yesterday in their win, some of the stuff that he was doing, like getting out at the top of the key, dribbling it through the legs, passing it to the guy. Then another guy comes in front of him. He holds up, throws a lob to his guard. The center's throwing a lob to the guard. Just nuts.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, exactly right. It's supposed to be the other way around, but you got the center taking it at the top, pump faking, putting it through the legs, taking the first guy, then gets met by another guy, and then he stops, throws it, lobs it over his head, and then the guard comes in from the side to dunk it.
Yeah, let's be honest. He can lob it over any player he wants, to be honest. That's how big he is.
He's just a great to watch. And yeah, look, the only thing that's going to stop him living up to the hype, Doma, is injury.
100%.
I can see it already.
100%.
Talent is just phenomenal already for being only his second season in the league. We've seen it last season. Injury is the only thing that's going to hold this guy back.
He's dropped 50 already this year. It's his second year.
His potential.
If you drop 50 in the NBA source, that's pretty good. If you're dropping 50 in the NBA, it's the best league. It's not easy to do. So, big props to them. They're in the playing 10th spot there. So, mate, still a long season. Mate. There's 17 games played. I already heard them talking about Golden State, and Curry's going to win his 5th title. If he wins his fifth title, we're going to talk about him being the GOAT alongside Jordan, LeBron, and this stuff. Man, 17. Yeah, Golden State might win the title this year, so I'm not saying they're not, but we're 17 games in, and we're talking that he's going to win this chip in 10 games' time. Mate, that team is genuinely Buddy Hield injury away from being terrible.
That I think I think,
Like,
and I'll say this, if who's the second option on that team? I mean,
Buddy
is it
Hield off
Andrew
the bench.
Wiggins or well, yeah,
Well, it's Wiggins. Well, it's Wiggins until they can put the bench unit on, and then Buddy Hield dominates.
yeah. So I just feel like if you're relying on Wiggins to be your second guy, I mean, we know
Yeah,
he
well,
can. He did it for
su-
one playoff series and one playoff run and got them the chip, right? So if you can bring that element to his game, yesterday I think he played very well. They lost today on the back to back, which was to a Nets team that was that isn't the strongest.
got Ben
So yeah,
Simmons.
look, don't get too excited. Don't get too excited, Warriors fans. Like I know you're playing well.
Well, they're trying to get.
But
There's all these super trade. What's it called? It phantom trades trying to get Giannis over to the Warriors, which is funny. So who knows? Who knows
I
what's
don't
going to
know.
happen?
That just doesn't work. If you got to play Draymond and Giannis together, it just doesn't work. I'm telling you.
He's got
You're
to
gonna have
go.
two guys that
Draymond's
can't
got to
shoot
go.
threes.
Draymond's got
You're
to
gonna have
go.
two guys that can't shoot threes. If he's gonna go there, Draymond Green has to leave. Sorry. And you put Giannis in Draymond's position and you make him do what Draymond does, but he can obviously score as well and go to
Yeah.
the ring but he'd do a similar sort of position, similar sort of playmaking, if you will, and obviously eat up those rebounds. But
I think there's some trades coming this season, bro. I see some trades coming. I do. I really do.
anyway, every time I see Dennis Schroeder go off, I just slap my head, in frustration. And I just think we fucking kept D'Angelo Russell over Dennis Schroeder. Like a guy that actually plays defense and he can score because he put 32 today and fucking took over the game in the second half and won the Nets the game. We kept D'Angelo Russell instead of him. The Lakers front office are just so dumb.
Well, the front
We're not
office
gonna
is
get
on
anywhere with this.
the front office is on the front court, and it's LeBron James. So,
Yeah.
what do you expect?
The GM.
Like the GM.
He'd be as good as a franchise owner as Michael Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get into NASCAR
with the Hornets, once known as the Bobcats, when he bought them.
Wow. Tyson just messaged me. Tyson Beck. He's watching us on his tally at home. Yeah, so shout out to Tyson. He goes singlet season. Yeah, that's that's for you, Tyson.
It's 26 degrees in here. I can't be in a t-shirt. Like if you want to see, sweat start dripping down my head on stream, by all means. But it's boiling in here.
Oh, we're gonna get to them, Matty, because mate, you just got to revel in some of my assessment of the Philadelphia 76ers. We'll get to the East. Cleveland 17-1. Boston gave them their first loss. It was a cracker game. Boston in second there, second seed. Orlando third. New York in fourth. Miami's climbed up to fifth. Mate, the Bucks. We always said just be careful. Don't jump off of them too early. It's early on in the season. They're sixth already, the Bucks. When they were second last, we said they're still 2 games from the top 4. So just calm your farm. They're 6th. Brooklyn in 7th. Indiana 8th. Detroit, Atlanta in 9th and 10th. No one really cares. The big talk of the town is Philadelphia. And this is the one when Saucy was reading the odds and they were 3rd or 2nd, whatever they were.
3rd favorite to win the East.
3rd
behind
favorite to
New
win
York
the
was
East.
2nd favorite, and first is obviously Boston.
3rd favorite. And I said they'll be lucky to make the playoffs. And I said, what did I say? You'd be lucky to get, did I say 11 games or 20 games that Paul George and Embiid will play together? I said you'll be lucky that they play 11 to 20 games or something like that together this season. And lo and behold, I think they played 1 game. Or no games.
Yeah, 2 games.
Embiid's injured again.
Oh, he's back to being injured, is he? Okay.
I think he's injured again. Check that. Fact check me. Community notes. Yeah, check that. I know Paul George was injured again. His knee or something. Hello, Matty. Well, I don't know if you heard the report about Maxey and Embiid. Well, wait a minute. Are you taking the piss, Adam? I laughed when Embiid called Shaq weak the other week.
He did. Surely he didn't say that.
No, he didn't say Embiid's about as reliable as Kamala Harris in a debate. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna.
Sleepy Joe.
You probably can't say that, Adam, because when she's got a teleprompter, she was actually pretty good. Outside of the debate, when she had no teleprompter, that's when Embiid was her. Doesn't answer a question, doesn't turn up to things. That's practically Embiid. Well, the report was that Maxey, so Embiid is notorious source for being late to meetings, practice. He's just late. He comes in and thinks he can do whatever the fuck he wants. And him and Maxey are actually good friends. And apparently, I think it was last week or the week before, he came into a session late and Tyrese Maxey chewed him out in front of the whole group. He stopped the meeting and he just blasted him. He said, "This is fucking bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Like, who do you think you are?" He goes, "You got to start showing some leadership. You think you can come and go whenever you want. This is reflecting on the team, on the culture." Like, he just hammered him. He just hammered him. So, you know what's probably happened? He's crying. So, he's having a cry and he's injured. He's injured. So he'd be like, "Oh, throw him under the bus." All right, Doc Rivers. Like, when I got home, I bought a tray RPA to 25.
I think he is injured again. That's what it says here.
Yeah, he's finished, mate. He's cooked.
Yeah, I don't know. We questioned that at the start of the season when obviously PG went there and the 76ers and how much success they were going to have. And it is still early days in the season, but geez, they'd want to start working it out. I think the best thing for the 76ers at this point of the season is that they've found another guard in Jeremy McCain because, let's be honest, PG he's a third piece, right? He needs Maxey and Embiid in the team for him to be able to play his role. When you have Embiid out, and Maxey was out and he's back now, but you can't rely on PG to do too much. You just can't.
It's Maxey's team. Source, you know what you have to do? It's Maxey's team. You trade PG and Embiid, get rid of him. Someone will pay overs for Embiid. They got no idea.
Massively.
They got no idea. Oh yeah, we're gonna get Embiid. He's the best. He's the best big man. Exactly right. Make him someone else's problem.
That's it.
Embiid is notoriously known for being a bad sportsman idiot. Well, I reckon Maxey's the future of that franchise. If this McCain kid can turn out, like, I know he's dominated his last 10 games. He's been like unbelievable. I think he's averaged 27 in his last 8 games. He's just put on a clinic. And at the moment, he's the front runner for Rookie of the Year. The way he's playing, he's killing it.
Yeah, but if he can into like $2 odds on the bookies,
but you know what the good thing is, but you know what the positive thing is for a guy like McCain, he's going to get all the shots because he's the second option. So he's going to get his development's going to come very quickly because Maxey shares the ball. Maxey's not a hog. He can shoot and score, but he can also distribute the ball. And he's the second option. And you got no Embiid wanting the ball to get fed to him. Playoff potato. I still to this day don't understand why they went out to get Paul George. Injury riddled guys, you don't go out there and chase them just because, if they're injured all the time, what makes you think your franchise is going to heal them of these injuries? Like, that's it. They're done and dusted. Like, Embiid, man, you probably should have moved off of him at the end of last season. Just move off of him. You know he's going to get injured. Just get everything you can. Maxey, reliable. Maxey, the reason Maxey's getting hurt is because he's got the whole team on his shoulders. So, I'm taking Maxey over LaMelo. No offense.
LaMelo's been on the tear. Talk about one bloke.
I know.
He's been absolutely on the tear.
But I'm taking Mr. Reliable. So
I'm sure many players, if they shot it 36 times, they could probably put up 50 points, Doma.
Kobe
50
put up
points
what
on
in his last
30.
game? 40 shots. He shot
Yeah.
60.
Shot 60.
It's going to happen, mate. They're professional NBA players. Like, it's going to happen. All right. That's it for the NBA. Any last thoughts? Any other teams? You want to bag out anyone else? We want to give praise to anyone else? We gave praise to Maxey, so it wasn't all negative. He's a Jet.
No. Yeah, well, look, there's still a lot to play out. One thing I will say is I'm not feeling the Denver dynamic. They're slowly dwindling away as a team that I consider could potentially win the title. I mean, Jokic is going to do what he's going to do, but I just feel like their defense isn't as good as it was when they won that title. So if they can fix that element of their game, then maybe they can be a threat again. But yeah, Denver's slowly going down the pecking order for me in terms of winning the title.
Fair enough. Well said. All right, let's move on, Source, to the EPL. Oh, this is great. Joyous occasion.
Great weekend. It was a very good weekend.
It was for two teams in this bet. Man, you already know where I'm going to go with it too. I'm not even going to. I'll get to it, but you know where I'm going to go with it. Chelsea beat Leicester 2-1. Wolves defeated Fulham 4-1. Brentford Everton 0-0 draw. Brighton defeated Bournemouth 2-1. Palace and Villa draw 2-2. Arsenal slapped Nottingham 3-0. Tottenham destroyed Man City 4-0.
Big result for Ange Postecoglou. He's been, I'm not sure if you've followed it, but he's been under a bit of pressure.
Punching on.
Yeah.
Punching on with people in the change, players in the change rooms.
Apparently he's, confronted a few players. He's not happy with certain things that are going on, at the club. And he's not scared to turn around and stand up to the players. And I mean, it's to be honest, it's a fine line he's walking, Big Ange, because, it's always the coach is the first one to get the flick. They never flick the players away. They'll flick the coach first. But, I mean, he got a response. 4-0, the home of the champions. So hopefully they can go on with it, Tottenham, and for Big Ange.
I just hope management back him all the way, because that makes me feel sometimes. That makes me feel a bit like it's the United locker room. You got players that have been there in a honeymoon period because they've been there longer than every manager, and now they think they can do whatever they want at the club, and they think they do what they want, they can play how they want, and they've won nothing. So he's come in and he's probably harder work ethic, and he's just pushing them and he's harder on them at training. These guys are used to being praised and their ass kissed, and Ange is a no shit type of guy. Like, he doesn't give an F. You know what I mean? And he's pushed them. He's rubbing players up the wrong way because they're put out of their comfort zone. You got a guy. He managed in the Scottish Premier League, so he's not soft. And he's Aussie. He's a hardened person, man. Just think about all the shit Ange Postecoglou's gone through in his career as a manager.
He dealt with the FFA, mate, when he was coaching the Australian team.
When they sacked him.
They're in absolute shambles.
Yeah. Just think about everything he dealt with.
Look at his track record. He's won wherever he's gone. He went to Brisbane. He won there. Won at Melbourne Victory. Won at
Celtic.
No, well, he went to Japan after that. I think it was Yokohama F. Marinos. He won there. Then he went to Celtic, won there. So he's trying to bring the winning culture. I mean, he won with Australia, won our first ever international cup, bringing home the Asian Cup, right? What a feat that is. So, he's got a winning mentality. So the management, they got to back him in. He's a winner, and he wants, he doesn't accept anything other than the mentality to win. So, look, let's hope that, they see eye to eye, him and the management, and they back him through and through, and at least let him, I don't know what he signed, a 3-year deal, at least let him get to the end of the 3 years and go for it. I'm not exactly sure what he signed, but, I feel like
you got to stick with him.
You got to stick
with
him.
It's not because he's Aussie. It's not because he's Aussie. Like, just people need to get that straight.
There was a lot of doubt with Arteta, when he started, and look, stuck with him, and we're at a point where we're probably, we stick with our coach, for the foreseeable future. But you got to give him a little bit of time. But obviously know when the time is to move off. But I feel like, if you're a Tottenham fan, why are you upset? You're playing a great brand of football. You go into a game always knowing that you have a chance to win that game. Doesn't matter who you're playing, because the football that you play. So look, I don't know. I probably shouldn't speak well of Tottenham just because as an Arsenal fan, but soft spot for Big Ange, and I hope they back him in. I really do. Because
as I said, slapped Man City, so
it's a big result for him. Result.
Next up, Liverpool get the win against Southampton 3-2, and there's a bit of controversy post this game as well. If you saw the interview with Mo Salah, obviously scores to equalise and then scores the winner off a penalty, off a spot kick, and then post interview gets asked about his contract and if he's going to be there next year, and he said it's almost December, I haven't received anything, so most likely I won't be here. He said that in an interview post game. Are you fucking crazy? Are you crazy?
Why would you do that?
Are you out of your mind? Man,
if I'm managing that pressure on the club to give him the contract, or
yeah, but it's the same thing again, mate. He's already got their supporters are already carrying on that he's in contention to win the Ballon d'Or.
Or did he say that so he can get an offer from a Saudi club and make 50 times more than what he's currently made in his whole career?
But a Saudi club's always going to offer him money. They're going to offer him money anyway.
If he goes, I think he's going to Saudi Arabia. I'm telling you. If
you reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon he goes to Barcelona.
You reckon he goes to Barcelona, try something different?
Yeah. I reckon he goes to Barcelona.
It's not a bad call.
I reckon it'd be a really good spot.
He'd have to play on the right, or he'd come off the bench behind Lamine Yamal, because you don't bench Yamal. Come on. I know it's Salah, but come on.
Yeah, well, they've got Rafinha there, who's he's
got the Rafinha on the right as well. It's not the best.
Can Yamal? Oh no, Yamal has to play on the wing. I was going to say, because they've got Gavi and Pedri in the middle when they usually also. Oh, yeah, probably Barcelona is not the best call. You can always just go to Madrid and just sit on the bench.
We'll see.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting that he said that in a post-game interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Then we have West Ham defeating Newcastle 2-0. And, of course, the talk of the town for the week was the new manager for United unveiled in first game. And you can't say that it wasn't a dream start. 82 seconds into his coaching debut, we score against Ipswich. We go up 1-0. Mate. This is where I'm going with it. I don't think anyone understands. I don't care that he scored. I want him sold. I'm telling you, I want him sold. He's got to go. Because you know what? They watch these mini matches and these freaking highlights, people, and they go, Rashford's back. Rashford scored that goal because it was the first 82 seconds. And he had his energy and he wanted to try for those 82 seconds. Go watch the rest of the game. You should have seen like Garnacho and Fernandez playing in balls, and he wasn't even making the run. And then he'd go to make the run. Instead of pursuing the run, he'd stop. Then they play the ball, and he's just like, he doesn't even make an effort. He just stands there and he just goes, oh, as if he needs the perfect ball. Man, you haven't done anything. That was your first goal in 900 and something minutes, and you're worried about getting the perfect ball. You should be chasing down everything. Get a yellow card. Show some dog. Show some fight. And then at the end of the game, we draw 1-1. And obviously, it pans to Amorim coming onto the field. And he wasn't obviously happy because he's drawn to Ipswich. And people don't see these things, but I pay attention to the attitude of our players coming off the bench. And Rashford got subbed off I'm pretty sure, for Xerxes. And for Hoyland, sorry. And he's got his jacket on. He's having the time of his life. He's laughing his head off. He's going over to the Ipswich opposition because there's probably a mate there that was obviously a part of United, or he's known him. And he's like, oh, yeah, giving him a hug, whatever, laughing. And then he realizes on camera, and then he just has to put on a show for everyone that, oh, no, I'm upset now. You're a dickhead. United need to get rid of him. He is toxicity. I don't care. He's got 100 million bachelor's degrees. He's got to have a degree on a bit of heart. That's the degree he has to go out and get from university, mate. How to play with some heart and some dog, because he's got zero. He's got zero. It's borderline piss weak. And the other thing that didn't help us too is we play 3 at the back. All right, so he's trying his new formation, which he said he was going to come in, put his stamp on the team, play 3 at the back. He didn't shy away, played 3 at the back, played 5 in midfield with 2 wing backs. So the wing backs obviously have to drop in to help as like the 4th and 5th defender as well for the back 3. So he tried that. The thing that hurt was obviously coming back from the international break, Ugarte was one of the last players to come back from international break. So he came on later in the game. So we had to start with Casemiro and Eriksen in the middle. Now, this is where it comes back to, I never wanted McTominay to get transferred. So this is where it hurts now.
At Napoli.
I'm aware. Good. So that's a young body.
I love him
that
there.
Plays. I know.
Fans.
I know. So it's a young guy in there that you could have used for legs, because you got to remember, until Kobe Manu comes back from his injury, like, there's nothing there. It's going to be Ugarte and 2 old guys, Eriksen and Casemiro, until Manu comes back. I would have preferred McTominay playing with Ugarte, and then Manu comes back, and you got 3 young guys. Luke Shaw played his first game as well.
You've been saying this for how long, Doma? Like, the club's been so shit for so long. They need to do a clear out. The clear out needs to be, they've done it from the top. They've done it from the top. They've started with, obviously, the board and all that sort of stuff has gone, right? And now it's trickled down to the players. Enough's enough. You need to get rid of these players that have not performed for a long time.
Luke Shaw came back.
Rashford. Get him out of there. You know what I mean?
All respect to Luke Shaw. Yeah, he's come back from injury, and I respect that. He's worked hard to get back, but he worked hard. He's always injured. It's like Joel Embiid. He's always injured. There's no faith. There's no trust in a player like that anymore. You know what I mean? He's got to go because he comes on Source. What's my biggest pet peeve with Luke Shaw when he gets past the ball?
He doesn't look forward enough to play an attacking pass.
That's right. He just stands there. Yeah,
stands there, holds the ball, and then passes it back to recycled possession.
I haven't seen this guy play on the park in months. He comes back out. We've got momentum. We're trying to attack. The ball gets played onto his side. Takes 2 steps forward. Puts his head up. No. And I'm yelling at the television, man. I'm going, give the ball to Garnacho. I'm like, give the ball to Garnacho and cut in. He'll play the 1-2. Garnacho will drop into your spot. He does it every week. No. Switch. And then Mesraoui gets the ball. And then as soon as Mesraoui gets the ball, it's attacking, man, because the guy's got no fear. He's been the best signing. I swear, he's been unbelievable, Mesraoui. I love him. He plays with heart. He doesn't give a shit. He's fit into the English style of football beautifully. Like, he gets pushed around, he gets up, he sticks up for himself. Mate, he was attacking. He played on the same side as Diallo. Diallo's been awesome. Diallo did one thing. Amorim cracked it at him. And then the next time he got the ball, so he cracked it because he didn't take on the player. Because he was chopping him up. He was just ripping everyone. And he didn't take the opportunity. Manager gave it to him. Next one, he abused him. He went, he attacked. We almost scored out of it. So it's good. For young players, it's great. But for these old guys that are now a part of the furniture, that have been there for too long, at the end of the season, I'm sorry, but your time is up. You
They're
are
just
gone.
trying to stick on to get their long
You're,
service leave.
No, you're gone. You're gone. You're gone. And if you're a Man United fan and you keep telling me, not Man United fans, because we're pretty much get it. If you're any other fan outside of Man United and you keep telling me Rashford's a gun, he's not played correctly, he's not this, he's not that, you don't watch United games and you have no idea. He doesn't even get picked for England. So what's that telling you? Doesn't get picked for his national team. But he was picked all the time. Just wake up, man. Anyway, terrible start. As the title says, new manager, same old United. So terrible.
Yeah, he's going to need a few more weeks, and hopefully there's opportunity for him to move some players out of there in January, and maybe even put some guys on loan till the end of the season, and then sell them then. But
there's no criticism to him. There's no criticism to him because I don't know if you saw his interviews. I think I mentioned it last week. He said it's going to take time. You're all expecting me to make top four. We're not going to be making top four. We're going to go game by game. I'm not upset at him. I'm upset at the fact that he's putting a new style of play. It's the effort.
Dom. Like you said at the start of the season, why are we keeping this guy on? Why are we keeping Ten Hag on? This should have been done at the start of the season, and Amorim should have been there at the start of the season. So then there would be the opportunity for him to have that 5, 6, 7 games of grace time, and then maybe still have that opportunity that you get a run together and you actually can make top four, right?
I agree. So, anyway.
You said it, right? You said it. It should have been done at the start of the season. The fact that your club waited till 10 games in to then sack the coach.
It's a waste of time. It's just stupid. Just dumb.
Just stupid, mate. Just dumb decision by the board again.
That's exactly right. Positive on the money. They kept him because he won the FA Cup. Yeah, fuck it. He won the Carabao Cup the year before. Whoop-de-doo. Anyway, let's get to this week's games. We've got Brighton, Southampton, Brentford, Leicester, Palace, Newcastle, Nottingham, Ipswich, Wolves, Bournemouth, West Ham, Arsenal, Chelsea, Villa, Man United, Everton, Tottenham, Fulham, Liverpool, Man City. Source. So the title's pretty much over this week if Liverpool wins.
If Liverpool wins, that's at Liverpool home, is it?
Yeah, it's at Anfield.
Man City needs to win that. Let's see. They're 8 points in front, I think, Liverpool.
They are. They're 8 points.
Slowly running away with it.
They could go 11 points clear.
Yep.
Slowly running away with it. Let's get to Champions League this week. Saucy. We've got some games. We've got, I'll just go through the main ones. 27th, that's tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. So we've got AC Milan, Slovan, Bratislava, Atletico versus Sparta Prague. Now, that's a big game because Atletico is in the relegation zone, to be honest. Barcelona versus Brest. Bayern Munich versus PSG is a big game because PSG is also on the verge of knockout. Inter versus Leipzig, Leverkusen versus Salzburg, Man City versus Feyenoord. Will they lose again? Man City is the question. Big game, Sporting versus Arsenal tomorrow morning. Atalanta versus Young Boys. Then on Thursday, the big games are we've got Aston Villa versus Juventus, Celtic versus Club Brugge, Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Source
massive.
Monaco versus Benfica and PSV versus Shakhtar. So some nice games coming up in the Champions League this week. So awesome.
Tune in, ladies and gents.
I'll quickly just do the NFL recap. Did you see Daniel Jones is gone? Tommy Cutlets came back and it meant absolutely nothing because they were down 23-0 at halftime. The Giants. They end up losing 30-7. What a disgrace. Cleveland beat the Steelers 24-19. The Cowboys beat the Commanders 34-26. Bucks over Giants 30-7. Dolphins over Patriots 34-15. Tua's back 2 games in a row, and Dolphins are all of a sudden we're humming. So
he's good. He's good. He's just got to make sure he slides and not get hit. And
exactly right.
Just protect yourself, dude.
Now we'll get to that global. Don't worry. Positive said he misses the old Champions League format. Now we'll get to Max Verstappen. We're going to give Max a bit of time. That's why. Detroit over the Colts 24-6. Titans over Texans. Vikings over Bears. Chiefs over Panthers. Broncos over Raiders. Seahawks over Cardinals. Packers over 49ers. Eagles over Rams. And Baltimore over Chargers. Emilio says on IG, any danger of winning a tip source?
Don't blame me. I can't be held responsible for a bloke going 4 of 17 from the field or whatever he shot and missing the bet by 3 points, brother.
He said Lamar Jackson 15 rushing yards.
Yeah, no good, mate. No good. Look, that other bet that was in there, the NFL one, that wasn't me, mate. I think he's talking about the punters chat. If you want to join the punters chat, it's on WhatsApp. How do you find it? You got to find the Saucy's Tips IG page, and then there's a link tree, and then you can join the punters chat.
I didn't even realize that there was one in there, that you had one. I'm not even in there.
It's on WhatsApp.
Bloody hell.
And then I've got a Telegram as well, but I try over occasionally put a tip in there. But yeah, today I gave Malik Beasley 20 plus points. I did back the over 16.5 points, but what can you do? It doesn't always work out in your favor.
He still says you're the GOAT anyway. So
tomorrow will be different. Hopefully. We'll be back.
Let's get to this week's games.
I didn't give you my other tip of the day, Emilio, and that was Draymond Green over 12.5 rebounds and assists, and he covered that. So just shit that I gave you the losing one, isn't it? Either way.
Positive said, hit up Jay. He can talk the horses.
Jay's just good at betting on elections, mate. Let me just tell you that. He was very happy when old mate Trump won.
Yeah, Global said dad life taking its toll on Source. That's why your bets have gone down the toilet. So,
mate, let me just tell you, I found a new way to research bets, and it's using ChatGPT, and it's saving me a shitload of time, Doma.
Really?
I'll just say, for example, right?
Gamble responsibly.
Gamble responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, when you look at, I bet player props and things, and there's a key thing when you look for a certain player might be out, and then a bench player might be stepping up, or another guy might be getting the starting role. So you might look to bet on that player because their line might be a bit low, or it's not adjusted as much when they're getting that extra minutes. So you can type in stuff like how much points on average last season did X player get when X player or Y player, I should say, was out of the starting lineup, or this player was in the starting lineup. You can ask all these questions to ChatGPT, and it gives you the answers just like that. Right? Instead of you having to go and look through the data of last season and figure out which games that player didn't play and he played in the starting lineup, you just go on ChatGPT. It gives you the answer in the space of 2 seconds.
I'm going on there now.
You go again.
I'm going to ask him how to fix United.
Live
on the show.
Be interesting to see what it says.
I will. I'll get to it.
Just sack the whole club, mate.
I'm going to say which players does Amorim need to get rid of to help Man United achieve success. So I'm going to ask, mate.
Here we go.
I need to get it up. I need to get it up. We actually that's actually Ask ChatGPT. That's actually a very good.
Get it up, Tom. While you're doing that, I'll run through the UFC. On to tomorrow. Make sure you join the Punish Chat. Gamble responsibly. If you want to know how to get the link, if you're not unsure, shoot me a DM on IG. Sources Collectibles, and I'll sort you out, ladies and gents.
Go for it.
There's no subscription to tips. Everything is free. And if it loses, don't come at me, because I'm upset it lost as well, because I lost money, because I don't just give you the tip and not put money on my own fucking tip. So, of course, I'm going to be spewing if it loses. All right. UFC Fight Night, Jan versus Figueroda. Doma, this was a freaking great card. Watched it, and you know what was the best thing, Doma? It was in China, so the UFC was actually on Saturday night, man. Like, it was Saturday night here.
That's
Great
elite.
time. The last fight was on like midnight, but 12 midnight or around then. It was so good to be able to watch the UFC on a Saturday night and then lead it into, obviously, the football, and then watch the World Game. So it was great, something a bit different. It was a cracking card. I'll run through the main card results. You had Zhang Ming Yang defeating Ozzy Diaz. Doma, watch out for this Zhang Ming Yang. I think he's won 7 in a row or 8 in a row or something like that. And he's had 12 of his wins have come by first round knockouts. And he does it again with a first round KO against Ozzy Diaz. Zhang Ming Yang, look out for him in the light heavyweight division. He's an absolute unit. He's 18-6, his record, but I feel like in his, you get those guys, they're sort of, they'll have losses, but in his last 10 fights, he's just taken his game to another level. So watch out for this bloke. He might be up there at some point in the light heavyweight division. And then you got another fight in the light heavyweight division. You got Carlos Ulberg against Volkan Ozdemir. Carlos Ulberg is... Look out for him, because he's got crazy power. He's got good movement. He floats around the ring. He's a great fighter to watch. He likes to stay on the feet and pick guys apart. Ozdemir, tried to take him to the ground a few times, and unfortunately wasn't able to secure the takedown. Ulberg's defense was real good. But credit to Ozdemir, because, man, he took some damage and he took some punches, but he just kept walking forward. He's an absolute Terminator, so got to give him credit. He has a chin made of freaking steel, let me tell you, because I thought he should have been knocked out a few times, but he wasn't, and Ulberg usually gets the finish. So credit to Ozdemir, and obviously credit to Ulberg, because now that will see him I think get into the top 10, firmly sit into the top 10 in the rankings. And then you had the women flyweight. You had Gabriel Fernandez defeating Wang Gong in the second round submission. And then your welterweight division, you had Muslim Salikov defeating Song Kanan. Unfortunately, Song Kanan copped a KO. Crazy head kick. Muslim Salikov with the head kick and the KO. It was an absolute belter. Then you had women strawweight. Yan Xiaonan defeated Tabitha Riki. Third round decision. Yang Xiaonan wants the rematch with Zhang Weili to get the title back. So maybe that will happen. That will be an absolute cracker. That will be a trilogy fight. And then you had the main card. You had Peter Yan against Devison Figueroda. Obviously, Figueroda's gone up in weight, and it was just a bit too much for him. Peter Yan pieced him apart. Figueroda tried to take him to the ground, but wasn't able to, secure the takedowns, and Peter Yan was just too clinical, and he just dominated the fight and won it in a 5th round decision. And there's a break from the UFC this week. No UFC on this week. I'm not sure if there's any other, combat sports. Maybe have a look. There might be BKFC, bare knuckle fighting championship. So check that out. And I'm not sure what else, but we'll preview a UFC 310, which is a main event. We'll preview that next week on the show.
Very nice.
Do you have answers, Doma?
I'm having a chat to him, to the AI system, mate. I had to network error. Come on, man. Stop being ridiculous. It was giving me, it was doing pretty well, but then it started saying Sancho, McTominay, Martial. They're no longer at United. So I said, I need current squad, and then I just said, who from the current squad needs to be axed? So this is who they've given me in the defenders. So far, so good. It's actually not too bad. Lindelof, Maguire, Johnny Evans.
Yep, have to agree.
Midfielders, Christian Eriksen, Mason Mount. Not bad. Forwards, Anthony.
And Rashford.
Yep. No, it says Hoyland. And you know what? The AI system speaks to me sometimes. I like Rasmus Hoyland, but this is its reasoning. It's giving me reasoning, mind you, for all these players. Right. Hoyland. While Hoyland has promise, his low goal output so far raises questions. If his development stagnates, Amorim might seek a more established striker to lead the line. What did I say, Source, about Hoyland's development? There needs to be an established striker in there that he needs to play behind to become better.
ChatGPT knows, mate.
Listen to me. Ruben Amorim, you're listening to this. I'll come on your staff. If you don't want to tell Rashford, I'll tell him straight to his face. You're gone. And you're off the books, mate. I'm just going to say to him, no Saudi club's offering you any deal. I made the phone call to Cristiano, mate. No one's offering you a deal, mate. The Sheikh, he's not giving you no money. You're done. You're cooked. You're going to PSG, where spuds go to die, mate, like Maxey. Ruin your career. Go play in the Farmers League. That's where you send them. Get rid of them. Rubbish. All right, let's get to F1.
He's done it again, Doma. The Fantastic Four, as I've told it in the show. 4 in a row. Max Verstappen. He does enough at the Las Vegas Grand Prix, which we'll go over in a second, Doma, to get a clear enough lead that he doesn't have to worry in the last 2 races of the season.
He fought hard, man. He did in that second half of the season. Obviously, the Ferraris got better, the McLarens got better. He was under the pump every week, and it is it's an individual sport for the World Championship, but it's also a team sport source. That's why you got 2 cars for every constructor, and he also did this with absolutely zero help from his teammate. His teammate was not. I'm being serious. Perez was nowhere to be found to overtake a Ferrari or a McLaren or a Mercedes for him. You know, he had no help. And he had to battle. And obviously, in the wet, in Brazil, the race before this, that pretty much cemented the title for him. Where I was telling you, he practically came from last, and in the wet, just dominated. He just dominated everyone. All he had to do was finish ahead of Norris in this race, and he did it, and he secured his 4th World Championship in a row. Sir Max-a-Lot did it all by himself this year, said Global. Completely agree. Perez is gone. I don't think he's been signed to the seat. He's out. So Brett said he couldn't get out of Q1. I actually missed all this, to be honest. I actually went and watched the highlights package on this, to be honest with you. I was out on Sunday, so I missed the race, even though it was a good start time at 5 p.m. But, yeah, Russell wins it. Hamilton in second. Carlos Sainz finished third. Leclerc wasn't happy about it. I don't know if you heard about all that stuff on the radio. Practically abused Sainz, the team, everyone. Went in on everyone.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I heard it.
You know what? Source, I don't blame him. The guy's not even at your team next year. You shouldn't be giving him any preferential treatment. And Leclerc's looking at it like, if you're giving this guy treatment, what's going to happen when Lewis Hamilton's driving there next year? I'll tell you what, Leclerc. I'll tell you right now, you're going to get about this much treatment from Ferrari. Big fat whopping nothing. So. Global said Perez deserves a lemon and a spud. Yeah. Maybe you should ask him in Spanish. Gold comment. Yeah, it was very, very good. He was not happy at all. But Bowl Signs was a great race. Liam Lawson finished last. 16th towards the end. We like to look at the New Zealander. He's been driving really well. Piastri in 7th, the Aussie. So season's done. There's 2 races left. The next one's on Monday, the 2nd of December, which is this Monday coming. It is 3 a.m. And then the following week will be the last race at midnight, which will be in Abu Dhabi. It's all done and dusted. It's party time for Max. You just try and rack up some more wins if you can. But he has struggled in the second half of the year, as we have mentioned on the show. Other news source, broke today, 2026. We officially will have 22 cars on the grid. General Motors / Cadillac are coming in as a team. They will be definitely providing 2 cars for the grid. Also, 2026, Audi will come in also, just as engine manufacturers source. So no cars, just engine manufacturers. I'm not sure if you've seen. It's obviously old news, but just a reminder: 2026, the engines need to have 100% renewable fuel and at least 50% electric. The motors.
Get the out of here.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
This sport's going down the gargler,
It's
mate.
gone, man, you've already got Formula E, Formula Electric. I'm just like FIA,
I remember back in the
FIA.
day from my house.
Yeah,
When we used to go to school, right in the city, you could hear, and it wasn't close. Like I mean, it was close in the terms of that, but I could hear it from my house as well.
Yeah,
and
same
was like,
here. Well, we would live near each other. But
yeah, what 10 kilometers from the track, right?
Yeah,
and you could hear the cars. Now you can barely hear them. I mean, yeah, you know.
I'm just gonna FIA, not to get
FIA,
not to get political, but you got political when you wanted to try and make your cars green. All right, your 24 races in the year with the 20 cars you put on the track multiple times a year are not going to contribute 0.0001% to destroying the climate. So just bring them back to full petrol cars and engines and try and revolutionize petrol engines. It's not about the speed. We know that they're going to get quicker with an electric motor, but no one cares about that. We just want good racing. We want...
Great point, Brett. Will all the drivers, teams, and FIA officials fly economy between races?
That's exactly right. It's all to show face. I've said this a million times. It's all to show face. It's all a marketing thing. Mate, all these guys, like Brett's saying, they all fly private. They do whatever they want, whenever they want. They all drive petrol cars, like supercars, hypercars. Like, come on, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's just, yeah, very odd. Very, very odd. Get back to the V12, says Julio. He said, there's a Dramana beach party going down tonight. So anyone in the double coverage chat, if you're in Dramana, well, if you want to go to Dramana, where's Magda? Magda's not in the chat tonight.
He hasn't been here, mate. What's going
on? This is Julio, Magda. There's a party in Dramana. You might not have to give your girl's name this time around. So you might just have to go to the party. Don't worry about your Tinder that you keep telling us every week. Just rock up to Dramana. Seriously. Anyway, FI has lost the plot, but there is obviously positive signs coming for sport with more teams coming in. Porsche haven't ruled out putting cars on the grid eventually, so potentially having about 24 cars at some stage in the next 5 or so years, which is pretty incredible. All right, Source, let's move on to hobby talk. I just want to I'll quickly run through these couple products, and then you're going to go visit Uncle Kenny for us, which is good. I've got actually 2. We'll start with this one because staying on the F1 tone. Where are we? Once upon a time, you needed earplugs at the F1, says Vinny. 100%.
Not anymore. Once upon a time, Vinny, you could buy a family ticket for like $100, bro, and get 4 people in. Now it costs $100 for one ticket.
Yeah, and the rest. Here's Topps Chrome Formula 1. Obviously, the chase in this product, for those that are not aware, outside of gold cards, is Kimi Antonelli F2 rookie cards. You're not going to get his rookie F1 rookie till next year's product, but his F2 rookie card is in this. And potentially, who knows what happens with Perez. I'm assuming Jack Doohan F2 autos as well. Or was he last year's set? I think Jack Doohan was last year. Danny Rick autos in here. Pretty sure Antonelli's in here. No? There he is. Yeah, Antonelli. Franco Colapinto. He's a good one to... He's actually been driving really, really well. There's Jack Doohan. He's in there. The Aussie. Sergio Perez. Mick Schumacher autos. Verstappen. Circuit Masters. Oh, Andretti autos. David Coulthard. Oh, some legend sauce. Nigel Mansell. Alan Prost.
Yeah, it's good to see that Tops and Fanatics listen to double coverage. When we talked about this ages ago when they released Tops Chrome 2020, and we're like, well, the one thing they did miss was the opportunity to put Legend Autos in there. We said it back in 2020, so we know that Ruben listened to us, and this is why now they've got it in these products. It's just unfortunate that all of it's sticker autos, but if there's one, you want to know something? You know what? I say if there's one sport that I would probably accept the sticker autos, it would be F1, just because they move around so much. But in saying that, they have 2 races a year that are in the US, so I'm also a bit like going, fuck, mate, you can't organise your shit for 2 races a year to get stuff signed. Like,
well, Panini will have a European office source, mate, in Italy, and all the races are in Europe.
Yeah, that too.
They started in stickers, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't remember, if you've forgotten, they've got an office. Anyway, besides the point.
They're getting lazier and lazier.
Global says, did you hear Beckett's CEO is going to jail for fraud? No, I didn't, but am I surprised? No. Vinny says Jack's autos are last year in F2. I thought so. He's just got more autos in this product. Does last Hamilton Mercedes auto mean anything, Matt? I'll tell you what, no, because his first auto for Ferrari, when he wins a world title next year, will be worth a lot more. So don't worry about the Mercedes ones. Brett makes a good point. He says, think one Dynasty product 2025. Antonelli rookie, Doohan rookie, and Lewis Hamilton Ferrari autos in Dynasty source next year. Antonelli is going to kill it next year, by the way, at Mercedes as a rookie. He'll be very good. So that's F1. Next product we have is Panini 3 count. This is obviously 1 and 1, but it's called 3 count. Undertaker autos, Tiffany Stratton, Shawn Michaels, Batista is a downtown. There's cards everywhere in here, mate. Who's downtown? Who have we got? Eddie Guerrero source. Undertaker. Is there? Surely there's a Rock downtown. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Pretty good. Autos. Rock autos. No Rock autos. Stone Cold Steve Austin autos. Trish Stratus for source. Kurt Angle for me. Go check that one out. But the big one that is dropping for WWE, I don't know if anyone realizes, but WWE is so hot at the moment in terms of product. It is crazy. It's mental. So they've got Flawless coming out, and they've actually designed the briefcase to look like the Money in the Bank briefcase source. If you remember the Money in the Bank.
Great. Yeah, I do. That's it. That's a
so
good
the
little...
green, the green with the gold. They're very smart. And they've got obviously the diamond cards, the gem cards. Look at this Roman Reigns gem card, patch auto, Cody Rhodes, the Undertaker patch auto, Bret the Hitman Hart autos, Becky Lynch. They haven't got a checklist out yet, have they? No. So cards per pack 10, packs per box 1, boxes per case 2, TBA on the set size and TBA on the release date. So to expect 8 autos or mem cards and 2 gem cards per pack. There is a rock downtown. Apparently he's pissing into a drink bottle on it. Yeah, it's probably... Yeah, the custom ones are the best.
What are you saying, Adam? I'm
probably
actually
just a
reading
big
this. It says CEO of Beckett Parent Company pleads guilty in insurance fraud case. The bloke was Greg Lindbergh or something like that. That's his name. But yeah, he stopped working, I think, around, it said it all happened from 2016 to 2019 or something like that. So it's a while ago. But yeah, he was probably involved in the old... getting the fake Ronaldo stickers through Beckett as well, or some of that stuff too. You never know.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't know. You never know.
No, you never would. You never would. Vinny says WWE is a hit because it's the only product you can still buy for under $500 for a hobby box. It just shows you.
Or AFL Select. Legacy release 359.
How'd you go? Did you get it?
No, I fucked up. Select Australia, right? On the website where it says release, don't put the date that it gets posted out. Put the date that you're releasing the sale, because I read that and mistakenly thought that it released on the Wednesday. So I'm going, Wednesday, where the hell is it? And it's already sold out. And like a clown, thinking, what the hell's happened there? How have I stuffed this up? And it actually released on the Sunday. Now, I should have known better. I'm not going to, I'm actually blaming myself here, but it's a bit misleading, right? Don't put release on the product page and say the date that it's getting posted out next to it. So, because I'm telling you, I would not have put that in my calendar as a reminder on my phone if I didn't read it somewhere. Right? Where have I pulled that date from? I've read it on the product page, but I've misread it, and it's actually the date that it's getting posted out, not the date that it's coming on sale. So anyway, I didn't get a box, Doma, and I'm fucking pissed off because, not like these other, because you got to understand, Doma, there's a lot of sneaker flippers, right? Flip this shit. Right. And I guarantee you, out of the 800 and something boxes that were created by Select, a solid 200 to 300 of them went to fucking flippers. Right. If I'm getting a box at retail, $359, Doma, when have I ever not ripped the box? I always rip it. Right. And I really wanted to rip one, and I just can't fathom to buy a overpriced secondary market box, because now they're probably going to be $550 before you can even rip one.
Yes.
Obviously, the chance of pulling a Harley Reid DPS in there as well, so that's a big chase.
You don't want him anyway.
So anyway, long story short, I didn't get one, Dom, and I'm not happy.
I'm going to Trident Collectibles. I'm going to see if they got a box, if they're going to do a break.
He has the wife beater on, perfect for a rant. Yep, exactly.
I'm just checking in case, because if they do have an AFL one, or they do get an AFL one, Trident, that is, I'll try and buy North. No, they don't. They just do NBA soccer F1. Oh, they do baseball as well, and UFC. No, probably just not. They maybe didn't get anything. Platinum Breaks are getting sued for $1 million for not paying their bill at Blowout. Yeah, I saw Dan made a video on that. I just haven't got around to watching that one just yet. So I'll leave it to him. We're going to try and work out the Christmas special for the round table. It is going to go ahead, which is a positive. And obviously we've got the biggest sports card newsbreaker in the world now. Dan, he's actually the card man. So
we've said this to him, haven't we?
With our sports card radio out of the mix,
out of
now.
Action. They've done their last stream. And
Rail's shadow banned because he's too busy worried about Diddy's parties instead of talking about cards. So I don't know what the hell he's doing anymore. He's gone off on a tangent, and he's giving financial picks, and I don't know what he's doing. Tinfoil hat, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. So anyway, and I think the algorithm's just pushing Dan, and the Russian bots are pushing us, and we're taking over. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, no, we did not buy ourselves followers or subscribers or anything. Like, we just woke up one day and we're like, what the fuck is going on? So someone's playing a trick on us out there, whether it's one of you people that watch the show, listen to the show, or some random, and they decide to buy bots for our channel. But you never know. Maybe that means that will start coming up in people's feed and so on, and maybe we will actually get some organic subs. But you know what?
Shut down.
That's not gonna stop us from doing the giveaway. We said we'll do it when we get to 1,000, and we're going to do it.
Juanito could be the one that is paying for it. He's watching, and he's gone, you know what? There's a big up yours to the hobby. I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna use some of my BBC extra wrapping that I sold, and I'm gonna put it into buying bots for the.
Brett says, I went into Cherry last Wednesday, very underwhelming. Brett, you don't have to tell me. It's half the reason I stopped going into the joint, because I work in the city 2 days a week. And I could literally go there 2 days a week if I wanted to. But the thing is, Brett, I don't have enough time to go there and sit there for 45 minutes when I go in there and search through all the tubs and everything, because there's some stuff in there that you can get. But the cases is where it's at. You've got glass cases in there. You need to rotate the stock and make it better stuff in there, mate. I've been in there week after week for about 6 weeks, and the same auto was sitting in the exact same spot in the case, right? It's just, for me, for a store that turns over that many cards, that's pretty poor and lazy, if you ask me. It's one thing that's lacking. The store experience here in Australia is probably still has ways to go to meet the store experience that you get in America. I have been in Cherry before and asked them, can I see some autos? And they just said, go to our online store. So don't waste your time. Just look online. Don't waste your time going.
I'm not going to talk about any shops in particular, but I will once again. Magda, here he is. Hello, how are you? I will mention this.
I'm happy to talk about it, Domo, because I said it to Dale's face as well. The same thing that about the showcases.
I'm just saying in general. I'm talking about talking about card. With me too. I'm talking about card experiences. I'll bring it back to the 2 hours I spent at Bleecker when I was in New York.
Yep.
Whether it's because I'm out of town or it's because I'm not out of town, it doesn't mean anything. Because like I said to you, there was a Welsh couple in there as well. They went and bought product from the front, and then straight away, the guys, they had someone obviously on the till, 2 guys on the till, and they had 2 other guys just doing general admin stuff, the owners pretty much of the shop front. One was opening up, obviously, the other store in Uptown New York, and then everyone out, like they had another person there, but it was pretty much like, you bought your boxes, come out the back, we've got a ripping area, meet the other people. So there's other people in there. So you're talking to all these people, these hobby people, and it was an experience. You're ripping cards together. You don't even know who Joe Blow is next to you. But you're talking about cards, and then that's how I found out he got that 101 CJ Stroud metal card. And we just started talking. He's like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Australia, blah, blah, blah. It was epic. You're ripping cards. Then they brought pizza for people there. You know what I mean? And you're eating together. You're talking about cards. You're talking about other things, what you do, this, that. It was, in that 2 hour experience was unbelievable. It was like, honestly, being at home, kicking back with my mates, opening cards. It was sick. It was genuinely sick. If every store was like that, geez, you not only would have people in there, you'd be selling more because they'll be buying online, but they'll be buying in your store because you're bringing them in. You bring them into your shop.
Yeah, as I said, I think the one store that I have been into here in Australia that probably has a great space and an area where, if you did get a group of people and go to a card shop, there's actually space to move in there and move around, and they've obviously got the arcade basketball machine in there, and I think a pinball machine in there, and a big 75-inch screen that shows the NBA during the day and all this sort of stuff. Is Diggers Trading Cards in New South Wales. I think it's in Penrith, I believe. It literally shits on any other store that I've walked into here in Australia, and that is the truth.
I still want to go there.
The atmosphere of the place and the actual the ability to move in there. In terms of the range of cards and singles and things, I mean, it's good, it's decent. He always says that he's got more stuff out the back, so don't be scared to ask if you want to look at more boxes of singles and things like that. Because that's what he said to me last time. He was like, "Oh, I see you've been here a while." I was like, "Do you want to look at more stuff? I've got a heap out the back. I just haven't put it out." So always ask, and he might have stuff out the back. But yeah, I'm just saying, Diggers Trading Cards is by far the best one. I did do a bit of a vlog when I went there. At the time I was lazy and didn't release it. So maybe it's one that I need to go back and edit it for the people and release it on the channel. Now that we got 1,000 subs,
do one better.
Flashback.
Do one better. Just go back there again and just go straight live onto YouTube like we do with everything else now. So
I think that's the way that we've got to do it. We're just going to do straight live.
We're just going to go live. We might just do
all the time.
IRLs.
Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm upgrading the microphone. I do agree with you. The microphone was absolutely shocking in the last.
Magda says we need $15 graded card search boxes again. If you ever get those, mate. Did you use the oil from the pepperoni to shine the cards before grading? No, but I tell you what, if they sold cards at Madison Square Garden when I went to the hockey, I got a slice there it was on a paper plate. I took my slice off the paper plate. It was orange. That's how much oil was on this thing. I could have genuinely created my own Kurt's card kit. Like, it was ridiculous. MSF is a good shop. I like MSF. Sometimes their stock does get a bit old, Adam, but it is a good experience. The guys in there are awesome. Went to Doggers with the goods. What's the store in Mulgrave? I got to go. MSF Pro. Who did the Rangers play? They played the Devils in a preseason game, and they punched on 4 times. It was elite. Magda, Adam, go on maths with me. Now, Magda, listen. Julio was in the chat on Instagram tonight, all right? He's not in the chat here. He's in Dramana. He's having a party, all right? You potentially could go to Dramana tonight, go for a drive, and you might meet you'll meet new people. You'll meet Julio, first of all, but, you might not have to get the name given to you by Julio this week. That's all I'm saying. If you need the address, if you're going to go and you need the address, I'll tee it up for you. Magda, Diddy party, this guy.
No, it's not a Diddy party. There's not
you clown.
5,000 bottles of baby oil, mate.
Anyway. That's all I've got, to be honest. Oh, yeah, actually, did you get the Luke Littler set as well? Or did you...
No, well, once again, Doma. So because of that, I actually looked on the day, but it releases late here, if you understand what I mean. So it's like midnight or something, and I forgot to get it. But you know what? The Luke Littler one, I'll wait and see what the singles and that sell for, and maybe I'll pick up a single. And if they were going for, they sold for £150 for a box, Doma. So there were $300 a box for the Luke Littler. Darts, the Darts Wonder Kid, as you could call him. His very first rookie cards, any cards created. I mean, I'm just waiting. I mean, if they've gone after Luke Littler, it should be only a matter of time until Topps maybe has the PDC license and then ends up, releasing potentially dart sets. What was said? It's the second most watched sport in the UK behind the Premier League. So. Yeah. It's massive, and it's only getting bigger. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is a if there is literally a
Chris says, always a great session,
release.
fellas. Thanks, Chris. Adam
Cheers,
says, Futera Vintage. The Trident boys have been breaking on Whatnot. They look pretty cool. Should check it out. AFL Legacy tomorrow. No, it's already happened, Global. They're shipping it tomorrow.
Yeah, sorry, brother. I don't know if I didn't say that on the show, but
I think I said it. I think I said it because when we were looking at it, I thought it was releasing on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was
That's my
misleading,
bad.
ladies and gentlemen. It was very misleading. I will say this, but you know what? We need to be better. If you know the releases, they always release it on a Sunday. So yeah, we need to be better.
From now on, ladies and gents, we just got to listen to the Oracle.
Yeah, we're just gonna. I should have. The Oracle told me Sunday as well, and like a clown, I went and looked at the product page and seen that date, and then was gone. Oh, it's that. He must be wrong, but obviously the Oracle's never wrong on card related stuff.
I don't think he's ever been wrong.
Ever.
No. Maddie says darts, downtowns, blank slates, and kabooms. He tried to get the Littler, but was unlucky.
Had no luck. Yeah, all the bloody bots, mate. The bots. There's no bots. Don't exist. They don't exist. Bots. Remember that? No bots. Shut the hell up, man. I've seen them. I spoke to the fucking guy who wrote the bot for one of the sites for the fucking here in Australia for EB Games, bro. When they're doing releases, I spoke to him on Discord. And people were telling me there's no fucking bots, mate. Shut the hell up.
Who's before we finish, because I've actually forgotten to do this because I'm a Le Mans. I'm trying to who?
Yeah,
Danny.
That's one store that I need to go have a look. Lane has them in store. The Hobby AU out there in oh geez, where is it? Where is it? Global Point Cook out that way.
We actually have to go visit them. We've got to go visit a Gimco store. We've never been there. Card Cave. We've never been there. We've got to go visit them as well. There's a whole bunch of them. We've got to go visit.
There's a few.
The Traders. We've got to go visit their store. There's actually a lot of them, man.
Yeah, Point Cook. That's right.
We should carpool one day, Adam says to Global. That'd be hilarious. That's all I've got, Source, anyway, for Hobby Talk.
Yeah, I don't really have much else, Doma. I'm just trying to have a look at some other things. But we will, to sign off on the show. Oh, here we go. That was he's got a few of these on here. Okay. To sign off on the show, we'll have a look at some Goldin and just see what's going on. Maybe they want to pay us $30,000 a month to have a look at Goldin. That'd be nice, wouldn't it, Dom? So here we go. Goldin. There's a few auctions going. You got the November Pop Culture auction. You got the Elite Sports. You got the weekly auction, which is on at the moment. Let's go into the weekly auction, Doma. Let's have a look and see what's for sale.
That might be it. We might actually have to do a card shop IRL Source, where we do a live stream and drive to all the card shops.
There you go. From Chris, Melbourne Toy and Comic Fair, December the 15th. I think that's the one that they hold out at the Darebin, Darebin Community Centre. Is that the one, Chris?
Magda's just loose as tonight. He's gone nuts. Let's go to Revs and open some legacy packs. Let's get Jay to Revs. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You wouldn't survive, Magda.
No, he would, mate, and he'd sniff you all under the table too.
Finish the live at the Spearmint Rhino with Magda.
Tractor 1 of 1, yeah. Yamal, yes, Magda. We're trying to.
I think it's going to be a December premium auction.
It's not on sale yet. It's not
auction,
on sale.
Auction.
Yeah, one thing I'll say is, ladies and gentlemen, don't get sucked into this Tops Wemby hype.
What the
Mercury
fuck is that? A Tom Brady signed pop vinyl, $370.
Here we go. This will be interesting to see what these go for. These numbered. These numbered. Yeah. See, that's numbered to 25. It's at $105 at the moment.
Uncle Kenny should come on the quadruple coverage roundtable Christmas special and give away an auction card.
Oh yeah, he doesn't give away free money.
That's what he should do.
Go.
I also personally think that Tyson Beck, not to put any pressure on him, should design a small print run of double coverage cards that we can give away on the Christmas special, numbered to 5. Just giving him about less than a month. Anyway, if you're not busy, Tyson, wink.
He's always busy, mate. There's never a moment when he's not busy. So there's a Lamine Yamal numbered to 10, rookie out of Museum, patch rookie auto, numbered to 10. It'll be interesting to see what that goes for. It's currently at $24. Graded authentic, so clearly someone's tried to Kurt's cum care this, and then it's failed, and then they've just got it in the authentic grade.
There's a bunch of Wembies.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what these Mercury cards and stuff, sit at, like, especially once they bring out his first release of, patch autos of, actually have the logos and all that sort of stuff. I'll be interested to see what they start at.
I don't know. I don't know what that is global, but I'm concerned.
Here we go. This is an interesting one.
Oh, this is that card. This is the card I was telling you about. We spoke about this on the show. He's holding up the piece of paper because they haven't got the license to LeBron.
So they've just superimposed that.
No, he took that. I'm pretty sure he took that photo. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, if they want to get him in a Laker top, they couldn't do it. They got him to take that shot. I don't know. It's a terrible shot.
It is a terrible shot. But
it's just trying to recreate his rookie. It's trying to recreate the tops.
Here we go.
Terrible card.
What else we got? Let's have a look at. Let's go here. Soccer. See what there is.
They got any Maxey.
Ronaldo Kaboom. PSA 10s coming out of 1,000. You got the dual auto, Topps Finest.
Is that a Ronaldo Juventus? Bottom line.
That came up big. Yeah, it is a Ronaldo Juventus. Only at $140 on bids, but 3 days left. All of this stuff will get bid up massively.
Ronaldo Messi.
Yep. Topps Now card. I think this is the only card that they're ever on together.
Oh, that's nice. Ronaldo patch.
Yeah, there's a beauty. Have a look at that patch.
It's a Portugal logo, looks like.
Yeah, 2017. And this will be game worn.
That's sick.
Enclosed player worn. Okay, it's player worn. He's just put that on and then just taken it off. Put it on in the house, watching. The funniest was what was seeing a UFC fighter like saying, wearing my official UFC merch for Panini America, and they're literally wearing the hat, watching the UFC fights at home, right? And then, obviously she has other stuff. So obviously she's just putting it on, taking it off or whatever, and then just saying, yeah, she wore it. Like, just the logic in that just makes no sense. Like, if I can't smell your sweat on it because you wore it in a game, I don't want it. You know what I mean? Like,
you're an idiot.
That's the moral of the story, I say. But yeah, have a look, ladies and gentlemen. There's a few things going on. I still need to sort my shit out with Kenny and Goldin. As I told you,
any MetaZoo?
They ask for you. They asked for you. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Oh, Adam.
Who would have thought?
What is going on with you guys?
The chat is actually lost the plot.
Magda
All right.
is too innocent for you guys, man. You're going to corrupt him.
He's already corrupted, mate.
Leave him
Julio already
alone.
corrupted him the other week.
Yeah, well, it's all started with Madison Beer, and it's all gone downhill from there. So,
yeah, like this podcast has gone downhill when it starts to go ramblings in the chat.
Mate,
we just thought we'd end off looking at Kenny Goldin's site. We thought maybe we'll start doing that, and maybe we can get paid from him. I don't know now that we've got 1,000 subscribers. But as I said, Domo, maybe he might pay us a fraction of some of the money that he's been funding other people too that we've heard about along the line somewhere. But nonetheless,
on that note, let's just wrap it up.
Wrap it up, Domo.
Keep living, loving, and breathing sports. Double coverage. I'm Tom with the Great Man Sauce. Like, subscribe. Peace. And thank you to everyone.
All those good things. And thank you to all the Russian bots. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports. Double coverage.